If you have ever thought of using AI in your workflow for managing your brand or creating creatives, but you don't know how to do it, let's get started on how actually we should do. Everyone says AI will change everything, but how? Like everyone has that question. What can I do now with the AI? That's one of the other question. So here is how we are using AI in our daily workflow. Practical, actionable examples. We will go through 5 tools and then all the ways you can use each of those tools. Let's get started. Pay attention, I'll share 5 hacks in the end of this. So first is ChatGPT. What are we using for? It's a master, first of all. We are using it to input information. So whenever you are giving any information, if you think the ChatGPT is not doing good work, then it actually means that you are not giving clear instructions to ChatGPT. That's a very clear-cut, blunt statement, but it is actually true. That input information, whatever you give, is how well the output will be. I have noticed an answer go from good, like decent enough, to wow, just by changing the prompt, while the information in the prompt is still the same. So that is how powerful the prompt and input framework should be. Let me know if you want me to share a video on prompts, like how to create engaging good prompts that gives you best answers. Then we use it for researching about the market. Like we ask it to act like a customer of XYZ, and then what are the pains you face, what are the desires you have, what are the questions you have, what are the selfish goals you have. Everything we try to understand. Like what gets you excited, what gets you angry. Everything we try to understand by making it act like a customer. Another thing we ask is submitting ad briefs. So whenever we have an ad brief, we try to submit it to that and give information around product, the audience we are targeting, and then explain a bit of context about the creative, and then say that critique this creative, how can we make it better, what would you remove it, what would you add in it, everything. So all these things we try to use in AI, like the ChatGPT. Then we also try to go after data analysis. This I think you might require a premium subscription, but anyways, this is completely valid, worth it. Data analysis by submitting docs like large Google Sheets or Excels are submitted, and then we ask questions regarding this column merge with this, merge X column with Y, and then give me an output of top 10% or top 20% of customer, or create a graph of CAC versus AOV, or measure ROAS day by day and find out days where ROAS was very high. So all those things, kind of data analysis, can be done with GPT. Next, we use Meta AI. MetaAI.com is a service from Meta to create images. So this is mainly used to provide references to designers. What happens is something the creative strategist is thinking, but he's not able to put into words. What something creative strategist is thinking, the designer is not able to understand. So to bridge this gap, let the creative strategist use Meta AI, create reference images for designer, and then give the brief. It will like 10x your in terms of understanding between the designer and the creative strategist. It will reduce your meetings and every other work. Number 2. We use it for storyboarding. Example, we have a detailed video, say 10 clips video, each of 10 seconds. Instead of when we try to create a video ad, it is a bit challenging because you have to start from scratch and there are multiple things involved. There are multiple moving parts. Whereas in images, there are just no moving parts, just a static image. So in order to better enhance this, try to create a storyboard saying that first the customer enters the room, then customer uses the product, then introduce the product, then benefit of the product. Try to create a story around it and try to build on images. Try to create 10 to 15 images for each of the clip. For as a whole video, try to bring it down to images so that you have better understanding and creative strategists can give better brief to the production team or to the editor also later. This is how we are using it. Next. Sometimes if the output isn't good, what I do is give the same prompt what I have given to create an image into Chat GPT and ask it to create a better prompt. That is where I have seen it has improved a lot in terms of giving better prompts to Meta. Next, we use Suno AI. Suno AI is a service for generating music. I'm not very sure of royalty free, but we have used it for now. Generate music for ads and requires a lot of refinement. This is not one and done. It requires a lot of refinement in terms of what exactly that needs to be given as a prompt so that you get a good music. This music can be used in your videos, in images, not in images, in GIFs, so all those aspects of it. Next, 11 Labs. This is for voiceovers. So you can use 11 Labs in two ways. Either generate an AI voice, or you can submit your voice, like a small clip of 5 seconds, and generate any number of voices for how long you want as well. So these two ways is really good because you can always generate a AI voice, and then you can always ask one person to give a voiceover for once, and then you can use it forever, that voice. Like one male, one female, and use it forever. That's how powerful 11 Labs is. Then Google Colab AI, this might require some editing and some coding understanding because this I use it for mainly data analysis. Particularly we use ChatGPT only, but if there are any major data analysis that needs a broader scope and it has bulky files, then I go to Google Colab AI. But this requires some coding because you can give a natural language prompt saying that I want to understand the CAC versus AOV graph. It will write the code for you. But sometimes debugging is required and some coding knowledge is always good to have. So this requires analysis of ad performance and everything. Next, how we use for ad analysis is what we use ChatGPT for. Upload the best statics into ChatGPT and ask it to critique it. Like why did it work, why did it not work. Then ask it for more ideas related to it or not related to it based on how it performed. So all this critique is something ChatGPT does very well. Next, by uploading bulky Excel sheets which we talked about, and then also sometimes ChatGPT doesn't handle that well, so I try to use Google Colab here. Then Archets, we have not used this, but this is a service where you can generate UGC videos like within seconds. You don't need a model, you just need a script. Model is also there available. You require some editing in the late stages after the video is generated, but it does 80% of the work, like without model, without anything. Just give it a script and it will generate the voiceover, it will generate the model, the video itself all together. So it's a pretty good thing to have, thing to know also. Then MyoCreate, this is to convert your text to images. This is a good thing to have. Images and videos requires technical specification. So this requires some technical specification on your system. MyoCreate. Thank you for watching.